the I, the L, the J, the I, the M, the Y, little Jimmy.
What's up, everybody? Man, welcome to Got a Question with Little Jimmy. Man, how are you doing today? Let me tell you something. I got the interview of the millennium. I think, well, it's gonna be cool for now. Man, we're here with Dr. Hendrix from Clayton County Schools.
What's up, little Jimmy?
Superintendent. How you doing, sir?
I'm blessed, brother. How you doing?
Man, if I could be like you. Nah, first of all, got a question.
Okay, what's your question?
Tell us a little bit about yourself and things you like.
Oh, man, what I like? I'll start off with what I like, man. That's easy. I love music, man. I love reading. I love my children. I love my family, man. I love hanging out. I love all sports. I love writing. And, man, I just love having fun. I love people and seeing people flourish in their genius, man. That's what I like the most, man. I like people seeing, doing what God put them on earth to do, man.
Wow. That's interesting. Got a question.
What's your question?
Can I
Hey, man, be better than me. I think that my end point should be your starting point, little Jimmy.
be like you? Wow. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that. Keep that after me. He might mean it to you too, but he said it to me right now.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Man, got a question.
What's your question?
You said music, so what did you do? What do you do with music?
Oh, man, when I was young, man, I was engulfed in hip-hop music, man. I loved Run DMC and Houdini and, man, just all the early greats, Rakim, Chubb Rock, all of those people, man. And so as a young kid, man, I used to rap, man. I used to do music. And even to this day, man, I still have a studio in my house, and I work with my daughter on the music that she creates, man. Every once in a while, I'll get behind the mic and behind the beat machine as well, brother.
Did you hear that? See, I would put him on the spot and ask him to do a rap, but I ain't gonna do it. So, got a question.
What's your question?
Do you start out with a beat or do you start out with words?
It depends. Sometimes the words come, sometimes I hear a beat. And then sometimes it's not a beat or the words. Sometimes it's a melody, and then I make the beat around the melody. And then I let the track influence me. But sometimes I can be watching TV, man, and be inspired by something I see on TV, and it creates a title, and then from that title, man, I go and I write a few verses, man.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Got a question.
What's your question?
How much you charge for a feature?
I charge nothing for a feature.
Wow.
We can do this whenever you're ready.
Wow. You heard that? It's documented. That's what's up. Oh man. So got a question.
What's your question?
Have you and your daughter made a song together? As far as like your voice and her voice?
No, we've done more songs where she just does her positive music. We've done that quite a few times, and she's really good. She writes, and her writing is beyond her age.
Wow. Got a question.
What's your question?
She ain't gonna be mad, little Jimmy, if me and you get on the track together, is she?
Well, she might not be mad, but she might want to get on the track with little Jimmy too, and little Jimmy might want her on the track when he hears her.
Wow. Done deal. Cool. Yeah, let's take on. Cool. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Got a question.
What's your question?
What is her stage name?
Her stage name is Dove. Her name is Dove, and her stage name is Dove. So why not be as real as you can be? And so Dove is the perfect name. It's not a name that everybody has, and so she just calls herself Dove.
Got a question.
What's your question?
So that makes her harmless, right?
That makes her harmless.
So she got the wisdom of her dad, and she's harmless like a dove.
That's right. Peaceful.
Sounds biblical to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Got a question.
What's your question?
So here in Clayton County, what is it that you feel that needs to be addressed that you're not addressing or that you're attempting to address, or just in the Clayton County schools or the county period?
Well, this is a beautiful place to be, and it's a land of opportunity. And I think that many people don't understand, little Jimmy, that a lot of great things can have great possibility here. I think as a school system, from our students to their parents, to our teachers, to the people who work in the school system, we've got to change the culture. And when I say change the culture, we've got to create a culture of excellence. And that starts first with believing that we can be better than we are now, and also better than people's expectations of us. You know, people tend to rise to the expectations of people around them. And I think for far too long we've done that. We've just kind of taken on the persona or the personality or the ability that people around us have said that we have. And it's for various reasons. It's about what we have, what we look like. It's about numerous things. But I'm saying we don't have to be that. We can be better. We can be greater. And it starts with just changing the foundation for improvement, which is culture. Making sure that we are friendly to each other. Making sure that we always do our work and we're efficient. Making sure that we work hard and do our best every time that we practice the way we intend to play. You know, that translates into schoolwork and other things too, that we be the best parents that we can be the best teachers that we can be the best administrators we can be, and do it all for the kids. And when we do that, we'll see a community start to change.
Wow. That was deep. That was like under the table, carpet padding deep. Man, but that's cool. That was inspiring. For real, really. And like, what did you say? I'll start where you end, or something. How did you say that?
Well,
sorry. Got a question.
Okay.
How did you say that? My beginning is your ending, or something of that nature?
Well, every child's that we have the ability to influence, like yourself, little Jimmy, their beginning should be where we finish. They should not have to go through all that we got through when we've already been through it, and we can serve as a GPS for their life. They should start where we did.
Yeah, that's for sure. I got that. Big time. Got a question.
Yes, sir.
Is there any pushback that you receive from your philosophy, or is it pretty much is it a learning curve for people to embrace it, or because you're pretty inspiring to me, and that's like I caught it now, and it's like I wish I was doing it yesterday. But do you have any like pushback, or does it just take time for people to catch on?
I think it takes time. Inspiration is one thing. We all, to a certain effect, to include yourself, are inspirational. But inspiration has to translate into action. And sometimes, and that's from within. And so every individual has to decide whether or not they want to be a part of the mission of any place that they're at. So whether or not there's pushback, there's resistance to change, because that's just a human attribute. We resist change because we'd rather stay comfortable. But I think overall, people are slowly but surely moving in the correct direction. And we're going to be greater tomorrow than we are today. But it's like lifting weights. If you lift weights and you lift 1,000 pounds, if you could lift 1,000 pounds, Lord Jimmy, and I know that's more than a human can lift, but if you lifted 1,000 pounds for 8 hours in one day and go look in the mirror, you're going to look exactly the same. But if you do it for 20 minutes every day, lifting 100 pounds, at some point in time, you're going to be in shape. I can't tell you when that date's going to be, but I know it's going to happen. So it's not the intensity, it's the consistency, if that makes sense.
Yes, sir. Makes all kind of sense in the world. And I got that as a 12-year-old. That's cool. So, got a question.
Yes, sir.
The parents. How important is it that the parents understand what you're sharing?
Well, school is not a spectator sport, meaning that they don't get to sit on the sidelines and hope that the school system transforms their children into scholars and people who are ready for the work world and beyond. They have to kind of be involved. Now, we understand that every parent can't come to the school every day, little Jimmy. I can't go to my children's school every day. That wouldn't even make sense. It's an unrealistic expectation if anybody has it. But what they can do is empty a book bag. They can call a teacher. They can say you better behave in school. They can say you better make sure that you're eating a good meal so that you can be prepared. They can do their best when they need it to ask for assistance from the school system if they have problems with food or energy or any of those other things they need, and they have a responsibility to do so. And they also have a responsibility to come in and work collaboratively with the school when they do come in. It's not a situation where we should be fussing and fighting in front of kids and disagreeing in front of kids. We should be on the same page. And how we get there, we can debate that. But whether or not we're going to get children to a different place, that should not be for debate. Again, the children that we have the ability to influence should start where we finish. Start where we finish.
Well, it is.
Thank you.
Boy, I got 5 on it.
I got 5 on it too, little Jimmy.
Coach from the hood, Coach Hill.
Yeah.
We're working together on a new project. You guys can't see him. What's up, Coach?
Hey, what's going on? What's up, fellas?
Matter of fact, come on over here so people can see you real quick.
That's my guy.
Yeah. I'm going a little bit off track right now.
Okay.
Hey, this is Coach from the hood. What's up, Coach?
Good to see you, brother.
I'm telling you, man, I get so much inspiration from Coach. Hey, pull up the chair real quick, Coach. Real quick, pull up the chair.
Here's this one, Coach. Yeah. Do it like this.
Oh, hey, look at that. In harmony. Man, so, Coach, got a question.
What's your question, Jimmy?
Man, how do you guys get to be so cool? Because he's been here 20-some years. You've been here. I think you was here with Moses, wasn't you? How did that work out?
The love. It's the love for what we do.
That's right.
It's not going out there just doing the things that people think just easy. It's who we are, who God made us, and it's always that give back to others, giving is receiving inside out.
That's right.
Well, I kind of broke my little cycle, and I don't want to steal your thunder because this guy right here off the chain.
I love this guy.
He's off the
Dr.
chain.
Hendrix
So,
is amazing.
got a question, Dr. Hendrix.
Yes, sir.
How long do you think it's going to take for the change that you envision? Is it happening, or you got another year or 2 to go, or where are you at with that?
I think that we'll have different opportunities to see the change actually happening. Our superintendent has made sure that safety and culture are our #1 priority. Those are the foundations. We cannot do anything that has to do with learning with disruptive environments or environments that are uncomfortable for people to work in. And so our first goal is to make sure that happens. That's the first change you'll see, a culture shift. That means that we'll retain teachers, right? That means that we'll retain other staff that work throughout our system. And it means that now we're working with consistency. Then on top of that, we'll start to function in terms of getting our instructional programs and the systems that provide efficiency for those systems to come together. Then you'll see that change. Then the next change you'll see is teacher efficacy. Teachers will be better at their work because now they're in environments that are very conducive for them to be able to operate in. Then you'll see, on top of that, you'll see the efficiency of being able to work these systems for learning. And then all of a sudden you'll see student ability changing. And eventually, as we continue to work with our partners outside of the school system, you'll see more opportunities come into Clayton so it can become a place, or become even more of a place, where people not only live, but they work and they play. And then all of a sudden now we've built a community. And now we've built something special for our children. Now we've created a situation where our children go away and they come back. The ultimate goal as it relates to teachers is this. You train them to be world class so they can be special anywhere on earth. But you treat them in such a way that they don't want to go anywhere but with you. When we achieve that, we'll see different levels of change. We'll get to that point.
That's what's up. Man, you sound like him. You sound like Coach sometimes.
That's my brother.
That's me. Coach, you got a question?
Yes, how long have you been?
No, I got a question.
Got a question. I've got a question.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been superintendent, assistant superintendent?
Well, I started this particular job, senior deputy superintendent, chief of staff. I started this job on January the 9th of 2023. Prior to that, I was an assistant superintendent over 17 of our schools. Prior to that, I was chief of HR for about 10 years. Prior to that, I was the director of HR for a couple of years. Prior to that, I was the principal of Adamson Middle School, and that was one of my greatest experiences. Prior to that, I was the assistant principal under a gentleman that I adore, Dr. Morris Blasingame, who was the principal. I did that for about 4 years. Prior to that, I was a teacher. I taught at Forest Park Middle School. And prior to that, I taught 3 years in Griffin, Georgia, where I started my career and had a great experience there as well. But Clayton has not only been a place where I worked for 25 years, I've since moved just about to the county line. I almost still live in Clayton. But for about 25 years, I lived in Clayton.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
so Clayton is in my heart.
Yes, sir.
I lived here longer than I lived in my hometown at this point in life.
You sound like, Bob, you like 82 years old? That's a lot of years.
Fellas. That's it.
You don't look 82, you look at least 74. No, that's a, wow.
Yeah.
A second thought, I don't think I want to be like you. I'm only 12, but that just sounds like I'm going to be in school forever.
No, not at all.
You
You
know,
can do anything.
That's
You can do
awesome. And you know, and it really shows in your answers that you really deep down inside believe that you can help make a difference in young people's lives.
I have a responsibility to. I owe that. I was a child, like many of our children, who was less fortunate, economically disadvantaged, probably looked at as being a statistic. My family went through a multitude of hardships. I don't have to necessarily go into them because there's so many people who have them and more. But I'm also proof positive that we can make it out of that. But it took help. It took help from people in school. It took help from people around my family. And it just took, like Coach said earlier, love. Just love conquers all, and it changes everything. And decency, it changes everything. Just being good people is where we get our grace and our mercy.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I just thank you for your time. I know you've been real busy. This is
Sure.
a part of the show where, matter of fact, both of you guys, one at a time. You have any questions for me?
Yeah, I got a question for you. You ready?
Yes, sir.
So my question is this.
Say, got a question?
Oh, got a question.
Yes, sir.
What is it that you want to do? What do you believe the problem is that you want to solve that can change the world, little Jimmy? I know you're 12 years old, but everybody can do something. Have you discovered your genius? And if so, what problem do you want to solve, and how will you change the world?
Wow. Well, thank you for that question. That's a good one. I forgot I was asking a lifelong educator to ask me a question. No, but I just want to positively impact everybody that I meet.
Oh,
I want to encourage them to understand how positive they are so they can positively impact everybody they meet.
oh yeah.
I truly believe that the way the world is, I hear my grandpa, I hear people like Coach Hill, DJ Positivity, yourself, even your superintendent, Dr. Smith.
Mm-hmm.
The world is going to benefit off of the way it's designed. It's going to benefit off of me if I choose to be negative or if I choose to be positive.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to benefit.
That's right.
The jail system will benefit from me being negative. The hospital from me being shot or stabbed will benefit from me being negative.
Yeah.
The therapist will benefit.
Mm-hmm.
The medication field will benefit.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the positive world will benefit from me being positive.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to give the kind of information so that young people can choose to be positive and see the benefit. And let the world benefit off of them being positive versus the world benefiting off of them being negative.
I love it, Jimmy.
And that's what I'd like to do.
That's powerful. That's very powerful.
Yes, sir.
Good
Thank
luck to you. I know you're going to achieve all of that.
Yes, sir. And I'm looking for a job. But I don't know if you guys can hire kids.
You got to get about 4 more years on you, Jimmy.
Okay, sir. Coach, you got a question?
Got a question.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing with the playlist I heard about? Talk about that.
Wow. The playlist. Matter of fact, I know. Yeah, the playlist is this new play that we're doing.
Okay.
And what it is we're trying to get people to see they can change their life if they change their playlist. And that's not just a musical thing. There's a list of information that they're pulling on that's negative that has them do something negative.
Right.
They say what's in you is what's going to come out.
Right.
So if you have a list of things that's negative and defeating and not positive, when it's time for you to push play in your life, that's what's going to come out.
Wow, I get the metaphor. It's powerful.
And so if you can change your playlist, you can change your life. And so instead of telling them to change the playlist, we created a playlist of songs. Because I believe the arts and entertainment, more so the music, is who we are by creation. And negativity or manipulation of the music is who the devil is by his creation.
Correct.
And so he creates a negative playlist, makes it enticing, and we go out and implement that, and now the world is benefiting off of us being negative. And so we're going to change your life by changing your playlist.
I love it.
And so that two-man interaction, and we'd love to invite you to be part of that interaction. To just encourage kids to make some changes in their lives.
And your daughter.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. She'd love it. That's powerful. I love it. I love the metaphor, and I love the realism of it because I die daily. You know, I try to get rid of those things that are most negative about me. And I'm an imperfect person. Just because I'm an educator doesn't make me perfect. We all have our struggles. But I try to get rid of those things that are most detrimental to me and to the world and to success later on, and continue to have those positive attitudes. And so I see exactly what you mean when you say that playlist. I'm gonna keep changing my playlist, man. Hopefully I get the best playlist I can so that I can help the world in a positive light.
And you know, that's where I've come to learn, even as a young kid, the importance of teachers.
Yes.
Teachers are by design to help give you information, and so you can list out those things. Learning English, learning history, learning math, learning science, but more so learning how to be a productive citizen.
That's right.
And I believe a lot of the playlists that our kids and our young people, even the parents, are listening to now is telling them to disrespect that dynamic of our community. And so I really would like to be a tool that teachers use to get children to appreciate the important job that they're trying to accomplish. And giving you positive information to list in your mind to pull off of that when it's time to make a decision.
I love it, little Jimmy.
Yeah. But anyway, wow, thanks, Coach.
Thank you, little Jimmy.
Appreciate you, no man. Thank you. And thank you, Doctor. Appreciate you so much.
Pleasure, little
And
Jimmy.
tell your buddy, Dr. Smith, howdy ho.
I tell you, howdy ho.
Hey guys, let's go to questions. See you guys later.
Take care.
See you.
The L, the I, the L, the J, the I, the M, the Y, little Jimmy.